ziyarat trips. When you go to ziyarat, you go to Isfahan, say Isfahan Nisfu Jahan. In Isfahan, one of the wonders of the world, although not officially stated as the wonders of the world, is the hammam of Isfahan. The hammam of Isfahan is something everybody goes when they go to Isfahan. You know what is the characteristic of that hammam? The characteristic of that hammam is, it's defunct now. Because certain individuals from certain Western countries went there in the name of understanding as experts of engineering and messed things up. This hammam of Isfahan was built in a way that you know what is hammam, right? In olden days, we don't have showers like today, the tubs and baths and foam and all those things, shower gels. They had this hammam. People would go to the hammam. It was a place where the water, there's a huge talab, there's a huge pond, collection of water, heated water. People would go inside, take shower. Sauna was that, and spa was that, and everything was that. People would go inside, take a shower, and come back. The water over there needed to be heated for an appropriate temperature. That is called hammam. In Isfahan, there is a hammam. But the speciality of that hammam is that a huge hammam it is, a huge place. So the entire water of the hammam was kept heated by the means of one candle. Western people realize amazing piece of architecture, amazing piece of civil technology this is. We want to go. They tried to fiddle around, they messed it up. Till today they could not do it. The entire hammam was kept hot by means of one candle. The architect, Sheikh Bahai. Sheikh Bahai created that. You go for Hajj. When you go for Hajj, you know you're supposed to do a certain specific tawaf in a specific manner. You go counterclockwise. And we have this ruling that when you're going and you're doing the tawaf, your left shoulder should not turn away from the qibla, correct? That is our rulings. It's a fiqh ruling. So people start going, taking great care. They should not turn. They should not move away. Because the ruling is the moment you're pushed away, you need to come back and start from where you've gone wrong. So in Hajj it becomes difficult. So you're pushed and you move aside and you push 2 meters. You can't come against the stream. So you have to start again from the point where you've moved away from your shoulder has moved away from the Kaaba. But those who have gone at the time of Umrah, those who have actually paid attention, you would realize when you're going around the Kaaba, you see the 4 pillars, the 4 minars. You noticed, people would tell you, ulama would tell you, the guides who are there, the ulama, the dhakirin who go along with Hajj group will tell you, when you're going, you want to make sure that your shoulders are facing the Kaaba. There is one rule. There is one theory. There is one formula. He's saying wherever the point comes not when you're going in the lateral, in the walls of the Kaaba. The problem comes is when you're turning the corners. That is the most likely chance that you move, your left shoulder moves away from the Kaaba. Then you have to start back again. He's saying one of the rule of the thumb that the ulama will tell you when you're going around the Kaaba is always make sure you're facing the 2 pillars. Because at any direction, 2 pillars will be facing you. Saying place yourself in the center of the 2 pillars and you will make sure that your left shoulder is always to the Kaaba. And it is that way. You keep going around. If you make sure that wherever you turn, 2 pillars around in the Masjid al-Haram, you're always in between them, you will always find your left shoulder facing the Kaaba. This entire architecture designed by whom? Sheikh Bahai. He laid the foundations of these pillars in such a manner wherever you turn, if you place your face in between the 2 pillars, you will always find your shoulders facing the Kaaba. Sheikh Bahai. These are these individuals that we're talking about. Okay, let's come to what happened. Sheikh Bahai is narrating. I'm in Darus Salam, Wadi Salam, Najaf. In Najaf, I'm in Wadi Salam. As I'm going over there, now he's narrating it from somebody whom he says, I trust. This person says, again one of the ulama, saying, I go to the Qabristan of Wadi Salam. As I'm reciting the ziyarah, all of a sudden I'm seeing, these are mukashifat, the curtains of ghaib are moved aside. Saying, I'm watching this, as I'm reciting the ziyarah of one qabr, next to me there is a qabr. All of a sudden I see within the graveyard a beautiful perfume, beautiful fragrance. Oh, graveyard, suddenly perfume. Saying probably somebody has come to light an incense, agarbatti or something. But what I'm noticing, suddenly I see somebody moving in that whiff of fresh breath, beautiful fragrant air coming into my nostrils. I turn on and I see a very beautiful individual, white clothes, beautiful, good looks, little weak, thin, but good looking, smelling perfume, beautiful. But the amazing thing was that while I saw suddenly this person comes, I've never seen him. I repeatedly come here for ziyarah, never seen him. Beautiful smell, beautiful looks, little weak, little thin, but no, very good looking. Amazing thing, he comes to a grave, suddenly disappears inside the grave. Now he's saying, for a minute I was stunned, I was astounded. He says, really, I saw this person suddenly going into the grave. Saying, I don't know. Started reciting my ziyarat, confused, worried. Did I see something? Did I hallucinate? Did I imagine? All of a sudden, as I'm continuing the recitation of the ziyarah, and suddenly my nostrils give me indication of a very, very foul odor, very amazingly disturbing odor. And all of a sudden I'm wondering, where is this disturbing odor coming from? Before I have a chance to even think and react, I see a black dog, strong, very ferocious, very barbaric, black, dark, foul smelling, foul looking, very wild, very fearsome, come and pass by me. I'm surprised, I'm stunned, I'm tired. He says, I was frightened. Suddenly this dog, you don't see dogs coming into Qabristan. You don't see dogs coming into the cemetery. As a result, suddenly he sees this dog. Amazing thing. Dog, come, chalo, aa gaya. Masala ye, as soon as the dog comes, he goes into that same grave and disappears where the earlier man had come. Saying, now I cannot be imagining. Sheikh Baha is narrating, This person is saying, now I realize it's not an imagination. Now I'm wondering, first that man comes, good looking, thin, goes inside. Now a dog comes, ferocious, large, huge, strong, foul smelling, goes in the same grave. I'm wondering what is happening. As I don't know what to do, but I thought, let me see what happens. All of a sudden I see coming out from the grave that man who was thin, but now his clothes are in tattered, his face is bruised, his body is bruised, bleeding all over, just managing to come out and walk past. Now he says, this person says, the friend of Sheikh Bhai, now I could not wait. Now I could not stop myself. I go to him. He says, my friend, that man, as soon as he saw me, he says, I'll tell you what is the reality. I will tell you what is the reality. You want to ask me, right? How did I go inside and who I am? And then you want to ask me, who was the dog that comes inside, who came inside? And then you want to ask me, how is it that I'm so bruised, so injured, so hurt, my clothes torn, my face bleeding, my body bleeding, in a state of absolute weakness? He's saying, you know who I am? I am the good deeds of this dead person. And the dog are the evil deeds of that evil person. Both of them went inside. I was there to protect him. He was there to punish him. I tried to resist, but the dog was stronger than me. His evil deeds were more than me. Initially, I tried to resist. Initially, I tried to protect him, but I could not. Eventually, the dog overpowered me. He bled me. He injured me. He bruised me, and he pushed me out of the grave. Unfortunately, now for this disease, for this person who has died away, this dog is going to remain with him up to the day of judgment. يوم تجد كل نفس ما عملت من خير محضرا وما عملت من سوء. He will see his actions in front of him. تود لو أن بينها وبينه أمدا بعيدا. Go away. But these individuals do not go away. Ya Qais, the Holy Prophet says, make sure this person who's going to be with you, make him strong, make him healthy, make him so powerful that this man then remains with you. Otherwise, if things go wrong, then you will have a company in the grave which will continue up to the day of judgment. You would want him to go away, but he will say, I'm not going to go away. Personification of deeds. And that is why you keep hearing this. So if you recite Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar, what happens? A tree is built up in paradise. What has a tree got to do with your Subhanallah walhamdulillah? The tree is a personification of what man does in this world. It actually translates into what happens. So a person says Subhanallah, these words then converts itself into the form of a tree which is then grown in paradise. This is what says, a person takes a step from his house coming to the mosque. As he keeps walking, every step that he takes towards the mosque, Banallah baytan lahu fil jannah. God creates in paradise a house for him. That is a personification of deeds. Actually, what a person does manifests itself into the Qiyamah. And this is what Quran says. This is what the Quran says. This is what has been a recommendation. Beware of what you do, because things that you do actually become what you will see on the day of judgment. Quran says, in the Quran, Allah warns people, Inna alladhina ya'kuluna amwal al-yatama dhulman. Those individuals who usurp the haqqun nas, we spoke, right? Inna alladhina ya'kuluna amwal al-yatama dhulman. Those individuals who usurp, who take the properties of a yatim dhulman, out of oppression, out of dhulm. They think they are taking properties. They think they're taking money. They think they're enjoying. They think they're traveling Europe. They're going on a cruise trip. They're going here. They're going there. Quran says, إِنَّمَا يَأْكُلُونَ فِي بُطُونِهِمْ نَارًا وَيَصْلَوْنَ سَعِيرًا. These are individuals. They think they're taking the money and enjoying, but they don't realize what they are eating is fire. Riwayat says, on the day of judgment, there will be individuals, when they're brought onto the plains of Qiyamah, they will be given plates in which there will be pieces of red hot charcoal burning with the fire of hell, burning with the fire of Akhirah. They will be told, eat this. You are supposed to be eating this. They're saying, we cannot eat this. The Malaika Shadidul Ghilad would come to them, force them to eat it. Every time they pick up one piece of smoldering charcoal and puts it into that mouth, from the time it touches their lips till the time it goes into the stomach, every part it starts burning. They would be say, but what is this for? It's saying, in the world you were eating fire. They say, we don't remember eating fire in the world. It says, was it not that you heard the Quran say, if you take the money oppressively from a yatim, you're eating fire. Dunya, you could not see the fire. This is the Akhirah. Akhirah, the day of judgment. Day of judgment, Quran says, Riwayat says, Yawmul Haq. It's the day of truth. Everything that is Haq will manifest itself. In the world,